Welcome to the Conscious Creative Podcast, your weekly dose of soul-to-soul conversation that will have you saying peace out to your 9 to 5 to explore in your sacred calling. The topics center around conscious business and interviews with the folks who started them. We'll be exploring the art of being human and what it takes to live your life fully expressed and financially free. I'm Christina Gomes, and I went from high-paying job as a psychotherapist to leaving it all behind for my desire to travel the world playing my original music, to becoming the CEO and soulpreneur founder of freeyourcreativity.org, where I help visionary leaders create the businesses of their wildest dreams. If you have a sacred calling, stick around. My prayer is that you become the permission slip for the collective as you hear the soul-inspiring stories that call you forth into creative action. Let's get to the soul. Hello, welcome. Whether you are a one-on-one coach, a one-on-one guide, a one-on-one facilitator of transformation, a healer, or you love facilitating in groups. And I love teaching on launching. I love the launch process. I created my own formula called the Love to Launch formula that took what I had been doing for marketing and sales for the last 4 years before I created this formula and made it my own. And I teach this to my clients inside the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. And launching for me is so much more than a way to fill up my offers. And so I want to talk about this and why you might want to learn how to launch even if you have a one-on-one offer. So many people think, many business owners think that launching is for a group offer or for a course. And launching is about taking out a spreadsheet and looking at how many email subscribers you have or trying to grow your email list and looking at the data and looking at open rates. And while all that, you are welcome to do that. I look at a little bit of data in my business. I think growing your audience is wise. I just don't think it's the be all end all to helping clients, to actually filling up your offers, attracting the right kinds of clients into your offers, and for mastering your craft and for having a beautiful delivery process. So marketing and sales is beautiful, and the launch process is a way to fill up your offers, but it's so much more than that. And so I want to talk about the depth of launching and how launching has helped me to come out of my shell. I mean, you might be looking at me and being like, what shell? But everyone has a shell, and confidence is a spectrum. And I have not always been as confident as I am today, or as confident on camera, or as sure about my offers and myself and my process and my marketing processes. It is a process, and growth is evolution, and growth is beautiful, and deepening is a part of growth. And launching has helped me grow into a confident human. So even if you really love doing things live and in person, and maybe you have a retreat coming up that is in person and live, why learn to launch even if you don't have like a group course? Launching is not just for group courses. Launching is this deep process that has grown me and my clients into feeling like they are successful business badasses, confident, creative humans that feel good about being visible and feel really confident that they can help their clients in the ways that they are promoting that they can help their clients. So, if you have a one-on-one offer, launching still might be for you. And what I want to talk about now is that launching isn't this process that needs to be followed to a T. And maybe you have learned launching before, or maybe you've downloaded some free guide on launching, or you've downloaded a spreadsheet where it tracks your email subscribers. And all of this is beautiful. I mean, knowing that 3 to 8% of people that see your offer will buy. Knowing that helps, because if you're looking to have 100% of your audience buy your program, you're going to get disappointed by that. So knowing data is a great thing, and I teach some data that you might want to look at in your business and in the launch process. But if you don't feel confident to go out there and execute a launch event that actually converts the right kind of people to your program and fills up your program and fills your audience with desire for your program, then it really doesn't matter how many people you have in your audience or if the right people are in your audience, because you still need to have the skills to show up in that confidence, to show up and lead your audience to your offer. And that to me is what launching is all about. It's a system and a process for you to be able to build that leadership to confidently and strategically, and strategic isn't a bad word. I just want to say that strategy is really, really beautiful, especially done with a lot of heart. So heart-centered strategy allows for you to just kind of think less, because the strategy is already in motion, the process is already in motion. You know what you're talking about, how you want to guide people, the topics are that you want to express via writing or video, and then you get to show up. But what I want to speak to is that presence that I help my clients to create in their lives and during their launches, that makes them more successful, truly, that actually has them launching to 5 figures, whether that's 14,000, 38,000, 36,000. I think my client Tiffany, yeah, it ended up being 36,000. We thought it was 38,000, which was my second 5 figure launch was a $38,000 launch. And then we thought hers was going to be, and it ended up being 36, which is like, it's so beautiful. Like, it's not about the extra $2,000. It's about really going, oh my goodness, have a goal, this expansive goal that expands me, that kind of makes me shiver a bit. Like, kind of makes me go like, is this possible? And that's extraordinary. And then the strategy and the presence that is needed to execute that launch. And so why, even if you have a one-on-one, might you want to infuse launch strategy and launch concepts and a launch method into your one-on-one work? Now, I'm not here to judge whether one-on-one coaches, guides, and healers are more beneficial than group guides, coaches, and healers. Like, and let's talk about that for a moment, because I have received both and I have given both. And what I like to do and what I offer, and you can borrow this model of business if it resonates with you. But what I like to do is I like to offer a group with a one-to-one mentorship upgrade. And that's actually what I've received. So I've received one-on-one coaching, just pure one-on-one coaching, and found a lot of benefit in that. But when I was receiving that, I was actually missing like a community and hearing about other people's journeys, and kind of feeling that camaraderie that comes with a group and a community. And so the next coach I chose to work with had both, and I chose both. So I went in on the group and I upgraded to the one-to-one. And because I was that person, it was much more aligned for me to then offer my group, and many, many people chose to upgrade to one-to-one over the years. And I love that. And I really love delivering in that way. If this is resonating with you, I'll tell you a little bit why I deliver in that way, is because my clients are going through a group process. They're growing through a system. and my create method, and that's really beautiful. And then the one-to-one calls are much more potent because they're doing some work in the group and on their own. And then the one-to-one calls are really dropped in on their personal challenges. And I get to hold space for what's going on in their lives that are coming up as a block, or, their next level personal strategy uh, that wouldn't work for someone else. So, this is why I really believe in high value presence, and you launching gives people a taste of that. So, even if you are solely going one to one, you launching. Oh, thanks, Erica. Yeah, hi. I'm like peeking around my phone to see your comment. Yeah, I'm so happy you're here. So you launching and using these launch techniques, when you're showing up online, really present in a high value way, giving a lot of value in something like a 3-day challenge or a 1-day deep dive workshop or a community call. And so I don't give my clients like, you must have a 5-day challenge in your launch. It's not like that because I get to work with them personally. I get to co-create with them this beautiful. I get to co-create with them what like the topic and the essence and the vision and the feel of their launch event, and that's really cool because I feel my people. I see their creative powers. I see sometimes more their creative powers than they see themselves because we're sometimes too humble, or we sometimes don't see what our coaches see, or we don't believe that we're ready, or we don't believe that we're capable of going live, and going live consistently, or whatever it is that we see people that we admire doing. And sometimes we just don't have that belief or that experience yet. And so I encourage and coach and guide and help my people to meet them where they're at. Yeah, but pull from them what they might not even see as a possibility for them. And that's really beautiful about the deep dive work I get to do in group and in one on one. But when you are delivering one on one, when you are having a launch event, so whether it's a workshop or a long form live video, or because you can even create your podcast as like mini conversion events. And that's what I teach people who have a podcast or who do long form video. It's like there's really a style of these launch events that I teach that I'm going to be teaching in this free 3-day live launch lab. So make sure if you're not signed up yet that you sign up for that, freeyourcreativity.org/live launch lab. And I'm going to be teaching for 3 days. And on day 3, I'm going to be breaking down the formula for a conversion event that really helps people to see you as their guide. And you can utilize that formula even in a one-to-one business model. So why learn how to launch even if you have a one-to-one is because it really will work for you, and it will pull from you this high value guide. Because if you are showing up for your clients in a high value way, it is important for your audience to get a feel for that and a taste for that. And normally people come to even my live transmissions, my weekly live transmissions, and they are thinking, wow, if she's giving away this much value for free, I am imagine what it's going to be like to be coached by her. That's why I don't worry about, is this too much value? One of my friends told me the other day, he's like, wow, well, everything's in your podcast. Like, aren't you afraid that people won't buy because you get a lot in your podcast? And I'm like, oh no, that's amazing. Thank you for saying that. Like, thanks for mirroring that there's a lot of value in my podcast. Like, I never want to be someone who's like, nope, let me hoard this value under the miser like, no, the values are mine. Like, good. I'm happy that you're getting clients from my free group, that you're getting clients from my free transmissions, and you're gonna get a real lot of value in the live launch lab. And I just know that some people want that deeper support. They want to go on the journey. They want to invest in themselves. They want to be all in on their sacred calling and on their business and on their and leaving their legacy. And so even though they got a lot of value for free, that they're gonna still join. And so you get to believe that for your work as well, of like, you cannot give too much away for free. Like, obviously you don't give, you don't give away your process. There are ways to ensure that your clients are getting more than your audience. This is what I want to say as well. Is like, of course my clients get more from me. They've invested in that, and they will tell you that if you're talking to one of my clients, like they will tell you that. But I see a question from Erica, and I want to answer it. I hear you talk about launch strategies. Do you have around that I can see? I'm opening a new subscription group and I'm looking for some launch tips. Do you have content around launch strategies I can see? So join the live launch lab, because that's really where it's at. Where I'm going to be teaching my proven formula, and I'm going to be giving a lot away in the live launch lab. So if you're in my group now, Erica, there's a lot of posts and then links to that to sign up for that event. And in my emails, I've been promoting all week for you to sign up for that event. So that's going to be really fun. I also do have a one evergreen ongoing lesson that is available now as well. But the live launch lab is happening on Monday, and it's going to be a real deep dive. And we're going to be in the Zoom room, and I'm going to be giving personalized support. I'll be able to see your faces. I'll be able to answer your questions. I'll be able to co-create a launch plan with you right in the first day. That's what we're doing in day one of the live launch lab. So I'll be able to co-create your own personalized launch plan, whether you have a subscription group, whether you have like a membership, whether you have a one-to-one offer. This is what I really love about launching is, now, if you've been following me for a while, you all know that I really focus deeply on having for you a signature high value offering. And why I focus on this is because of the fulfillment. Now, I have a membership, and people can go through my membership and they can go through my lessons. I have courses, and people can go through the membership and the courses and all these things self-paced. And even in the membership, I give some live support. Hey there, visionary leader. If you're resonating with this message, I'd like to invite you into your next level life and business. Enrollment has begun for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. This is my signature group container to help you design an offer so delicious, so juicy, so based on your soul gifts that you are thrilled to invite your soulmate clients inside of it. I'm going to teach you how to promote this offer with a ton of heart and to sell out this offer with ease to meet your revenue goals. I would love to have you inside if you are a visionary leader who knows that they are great at what they do. You'd like to collapse the timeline on how long it takes to reach consistent income with an offer that you truly love. Go to the link in the show notes to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I will be sitting with your application individually, and I will send an email to let you know if you've been accepted in a few days after application. Thank you for trusting me with your vision, and I can't wait to see what we co-create. But the high value offer, when I'm deeply in my client's corner, this is both fulfilling for me and really transformational for them. I've just discovered that my audience was done with kind of like low cost courses that just gave them, just didn't give them the whole transformation that they were looking for. And really, when we're going deeply into our work and do our self-development, it, it's not something to do on your own. Now, memberships can really be high value. So if you have a subscription offer, I know, especially with you, Erica, that everything you do is just seeping with high value and care. And so it's not that a membership isn't high value. And I just want to touch on that. But I teach, and I teach people how to create a signature process so that they're known for the signature process and they're known for the essence of the delivery and the results that their clients get and the way that their clients feel in their programs. So that can be, that essence can be felt in any kind of business model. But I really support people in a high value business model. But don't get me wrong, I also have memberships and low cost courses that I'm very happy that when people jump in on. But what I wanted to say about launching is so cool because it doesn't matter what kind of model of business you have. A launch process will enhance your marketing and sales skills. Because in the launch process I'm going to teach on the Live Launch Lab, it helps to sell one to many, even if you are bringing the many into a one-to-one offer. So let me repeat that. So I know Erica's subscription offer is a group offer. That's really amazing. But in a one, it's like the launch process will work whether it's a membership, whether it's a high value offer, whether it's a one-to-one offer, whether it's a course. And so you're going to want to come to the Live Launch Lab. And then on day 2, I'm going to help you to decide what is the best offering and what is your signature offering. And even if it's a membership, how to really present that as a high value offering. And a high value to me does not mean high ticket. Write that down in case you were worried of like, oh, I'm so sick of like, I don't want to sell high ticket. I'm afraid to sell high ticket. Like, sure, fine. High ticket is subjective. And I'm writing a post now of like, I remember when I launched my first program, I'm actually ashamed to admit it, it was only $90. It was this big, robust yoga program. It basically taught them every yoga thing I knew to enhance creativity. And it took me a month to film and create. And I was selling this for $90 and people bought it and people still asked for payment plans. And so what I want you to know is that people will have objections to any price point, whether it's $5, or 5 million. So basically, you get to learn the skills of marketing and selling at any price point because people will want to know the value of an offer, even if it's free. So right now I'm promoting the Live Launch Lab totally for free. I'm not just saying come to this Live Launch Lab because it's free. I want you to understand the value of coming to the Live Launch Lab. And it's not because it's free. That's not what the value is. And it's not, and your lower cost offers are not more valuable because they're lower cost. And actually, your high value offer can be any price point that you want. And more than likely, if you're resonating with my work, you want to be truly valued for the amount that you give. So, and that's what we work on together. That's really, if that's all my clients get from my 3-month signature offer, and sometimes my clients have left and been like, I'm just charging more for anything. My recent client, Carly, she's like, I'm getting gardening work and I have doubled my price as a gardener. And she's like, my signature offer isn't even out yet, but I have doubled my price. I'm a high value gardener. And we're just like slow clapping for her because if that's the only thing that my clients get is like feeling like their gifts, presence, wisdom is worth more than what they thought they could charge, because it is, because you are infinitely worthy. We know that, but like your price represents that. And so your price is an energetic boundary. And if you're going into someone's garden and you're doing a great job. And like, if you're a mindset coach, you are going in somebody's garden of their mind and you are helping them to pull those weeds. And like, that, my friends, is deeply and truly valuable, whether it's in a one-on-one offer or a group offer. And we were talking about this, and so I want to, um, like, I don't want to go too deep on strategy right now because we are going to cover that in the live launch lab. But today's lesson is about whether it's one on one, whether it's group. And so I want to talk a little bit deeper about that and how I coach my clients around this when they bring this, when they're trying to decide if their offer is one to one or if it's group. It's like you just get to decide what you want to do and then bring your beliefs behind that. So I really, really, really believe in the power of a group offer from an experiential place, from what I learned of, I have a master's degree in clinical psychology, and in my master's program, we learned group technique an entire semester. So the power of the group I know deeply through training and through then being a group psychotherapist. And it's like there's a different level in the power of a group. And yet, when I went to receive one-on-one coaching, there's a different power in that of like I don't have to wait my turn. Like the whole hour is devoted to me and my stuff and my strategies. And same for my clients. Like it's just a different kind of thing, and like maybe in a group you personally, and so it's going to be different for what you want to receive than what you want to give. And I just want you to know that I received a lot of value in one to one, but I love giving group and then giving people the opportunity to jump in on a one to one. So I have some lessons on the model of business that brought me six-figure years with incredible space. If you want to go through a lesson before our free live 3-day event, there's another free lesson I have on my website, freeyourcreativity.org. And it's a high value guide checklist. And then it comes with a free lesson of how to create space, the model of business that's going to create the most space. And so if you're watching on Instagram, that's in my free for you page. And so you can download that and go through it before so you can get a feel for the model that has actually given me the most space. And we're going to talk launch strategy on the 3 days, but like you choosing your model of business is very important. And so what I want to talk about for this, for another minute or two is like these daily choices. My goodness, of an entrepreneur. No wonder people are not making 5-figure launches all the time because it's not as easy as like, oh, that's the strategy, but I do it by the book and then I create 5 figures. It's like there's so many little choices that when you get to actually process those choices, you get to be witnessed in the challenges, you get to say this is hard, and you get to co-create a plan forward, and you get my eyes on your business at every step. This is the game changer for my clients. This is why my clients have launched to 5 figures, even if it was a brand new offer. Brand new offers launched to 5 figures, raise their price, double their price, triple the price. I had a client 10 times her price and then call in her first high paying client, even though it was scary, who said, wow, I just knew from one post that this offer was the answer to my prayers. This is all done intentionally. This is all done intentionally. So it's not one cookie cutter strategy that is going to make or break your business, although I am so down to give you the nitty gritty strategy on day 3 of the live launch lab of how to offer a conversion event and how to execute a live conversion event that leads to clients right from that event, right? And there's some confidence involved, yes, but I'm going to give you a strategy. So I would love to have you there at the live launch event. And if there's any other questions, I am here. I am in, I usually live in sunny Central America. And even though it is rainy season now in sunny Central America in Guatemala, it's sunny during the day. And right now I am in Rhode Island and it has just become autumn and I am cold. There's no going outside for me. So like I'm here if you have any other questions and feel free to DM me, message me because I really want the live launch lab, even though it's free, I want you to get your personal questions answered. Really utilize me. I don't give these free trainings all the time. I give them maybe every 3 months. And so really utilize me as your personal coach during these 3 days. I want you to feel supported. I want you to feel guided. I want you to feel like you have the strategy and that you can, from this live event, go off and execute a conversion event that leads to clients. I really want that. So if you're coming to the event, go ahead and DM me your personal questions, and I'll be answering personal questions inside the live launch event. Come live. If you sign up for the event, you'll get an exclusive link to come into the Zoom room. And that is the only place that I'll be able to personalize, answer your questions, see your face. We'll get to live in community for 3 whole days. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. I love these events. I want to talk about something that's coming through right now is the confidence that I've gained from launching. So you can go ahead and you can go back and follow me, see my launch probably from 5 years ago because I launched in the same group. So maybe these maybe these videos embarrassingly are still there. But you can see the confidence that I've gained, the presence that I've gained, the articulation on live video that I've gained from committing to mastering the art of marketing and selling in a way that felt good for me, in a way that felt fun. Because if you're not having fun in your business, if it's not fun what you're doing, then like you're not going to want to do it. And if you see launching as this thing of like, oh, it's spreadsheets and cookie cutter strategies and like bullshit things over here, like you're not going to want to execute it. But I teach a strategy that brings the fun out of you. And I can tell you if you're not having fun in your personal life, like if you're going through a breakup or if somebody has passed away in your life or you're going through the natural ebbs and flows or you're at a crossroads. If you've been watching my videos lately, I have been revealing the crossroads that I'm currently at of like this timeline that I thought was going to change my life completely dissolving. And I'm like in the cold, rainy weather going like I'm in the mystery right now. And here's something deep. If you can lead yourself through a heartbreak, through a death, and you can lead yourself into your creative calling. So right now, this is my calling. This is where I feel at home, on camera, speaking to my audience, helping my clients, and helping my audience to get what it is that they want in life. This is my calling. This is my dharma. This is my dream. And so utilizing your launch process as a creative outlet so that you're not swirling in your mind around what you could have done differently. So you're not focused on whatever is in your life that needs your attention some of the time, right? But like, if I didn't have my business and my clients and my lovely audience and my podcast and my voice, and I wasn't using it, then I would be just in the mystery. And this is very beautiful. Being in the mystery is very beautiful, right? And it's chaotic, right? The mystery is feminine. The mystery is swirly. It is Shakti. It is swirling, right? And so when you have something in your life that is kind of causing a swirl and you don't know what the next step is to take in that light, in that part of your life. And I am like, the timeline is dissolving. I called a good friend and I'm like, what are you up to? I'm about to turn 40. Do you want to spend your birthday with me? And it's someone who's like, I would love to. I'm drawing a bath right now. And like what I want from, like a partner my friend is really showing up. My girlfriend is really showing up and saying like it's like a weeks away and she's like, I'm drawing a bath. It's like she's drawing a bath right now. And so I am making steps in that part. But when it comes to heartbreak and matters of the heart, uh, we all get to grieve, we all get to be sad. This is part of the human experience. And you can be sad about things not going right in your business as well. And you can grieve certain losses in your business. Say you were, you thought that your launch was going to be really successful and it wasn't. There is a grieving process in that. I have had a flop launch. My clients have had a flop launch, even with all the strategy in the world. Flopped launches happen. And what is so beautiful about being a soulpreneur is that we get to demystify this process. Actually, most people, all the millionaires you see, all the people that you admire, they've had flop launches and they've had coaches that said, let's get up. What's the next step? I'm here to help you make that decision. I know this sucks, and this is what we get to do next. I know your personal life may be just not even distracting, because it's not distracting to grieve what you get to grieve over. The grieving is necessary. So great, we're going to grieve and we're going to utilize this launch process so you can get your makeup on. And you don't have to wear makeup. And I work with guys too. And if you're a guy, you can wear makeup. Like, it's all beautiful. But it's like, put your hat on, Christina. Get your warm stuff on and put the light on and let's go. Because if you're anything like me, you know what it's like to be depressed. And, years ago when we were working through those moments of like, wow, the grief is too much to handle, we might have stayed in the bed a little bit too long, right? And in my mid 20s, when I'll give a little bit of revealing since it's story time today. In my mid 20s, when I had my first kind of big crossroads, I was actually working as a psychotherapist and I was attacked by one of my clients. And this was big because not only was I traumatized and physically attacked on the job, but I couldn't go back to work. So I lost my identity as a psychotherapist and I had no idea what to do next. And I was in the mystery, but in that day, I was in the mystery for like a year. And now, and I was in the bed and I was depressed and I didn't know what to do. And then finally, a year later, and probably 7 months too long, I booked a ticket to Thailand to get a yoga teacher certification. And so we know, and I know you've already, because you've decided to be a guide, I know that you have been through your own dark nights of the soul. And so we know by now that we get to have support and we get to be witnessed and we get to share in those moments with coaching, guidance, and our own support. Coaches have coaches, guides have guides, healers have healers, and we get to grieve and we get to, spend those days in the bed. If you don't want to get out of bed one day, I did that the other day. Like, look at me, I'm in my PJ pants. Like, it's okay to be in the great mystery, to not know what's next in your life. But if you have a sacred calling, you get to continue on with that. If your calling is to serve your clients, it's okay if you're going through something and now it's like, I get to focus on the thing that brings me joy. And launching can bring you joy. Planning a launch event that's going to be really fun for your audience, being in service, uh, showing up and learning a new skill. Like, that's what I did when I booked that flight to Thailand and I was learning how to be in service and how to really connect to spirit in that yoga teacher training. And wow. And so it's happened. These patterns are patterns in our lives, not because we're doing anything wrong, because everybody has ebbs and flows. Even if they seem like they're having the perfect life and they have the perfect Instagram life and the perfect Instagram relationship, things come and I have friends that have a really beautiful relationship, but then they have fertility problems and what heartache that brings. And so problems are going to arise no matter how much money you're making, no matter if you're in a beautiful relationship, you're going to have something in your life that needs tending to, and I am here to support that process so that you get back on the launch horse. Whee! And you're galloping. You're not you might you might have moments and break down in tears and feel your whole feelings. Go ahead and feel your whole feelings. And we're also going to create. These are the moments, this mystery, this potency where we're going to create. We're not going to quit. We're not going to stop creating. All right? Creative, we're not going to stop creating. So I wanted to say to you that I love you no matter where you're at. I'm here to support you, whether you want to make your first 2K in business, your first 10K, or your first six figures. I am here. If you want to make your first million, I'm here for that too, because what I teach with launching, bringing it full circle, what I teach with launching and what I'm going to teach in the free live launch lab won't matter what model of business you have, doesn't matter your niche, and doesn't matter if you're getting started with marketing your offers or you've been in business for the long game, for a long time. All right? I use the same process and I really made it my own, and really each time I bring the uniqueness. And so I'm going to share with you in this free live launch lab happening Monday. We start. I'm going to share how you can be your unique expression and use this proven formula to still be your unique expression and do it your way and truly attract your soul aligned clients, which is going to require you to do it your way. Even if you're going through something and going through another round of healing, that's my biggest message, because it seems like every other launch I'm going through another round of healing because we are deep and we are feeling people and we are affected even by what's happening in the world. And so if you're a healer and you're a channel, it's like your life could be good. And then you're like, oh, but why do things like this happen in the world? I feel you and I know you're deep. And so I'm going to take you through a strategy, but you're not going to lose your deepness in this strategy. In the live launch lab, it's completely free. It's going to be deep. It's going to be personal. We're going to be in a Zoom room, and you'll only be able to get in the Zoom room if you sign up. So even if you're on my email list, make sure that you register, because that's how you'll be given the Zoom link. Look at these nails. On that note, I wasn't feeling real well, and I got my nails did, and I put my cool hat on, and I'm back. All right. Love you all.